Hello everyone, my name is Livia Amaradita and today we're going to talk about conspiracy theory Lady Di fatal car accident. Talking about Princess Diana is a legend. Her life journey is like a fairy tale that unfortunately does not end happily. Forgetting her background as a lady or a nobleman who lived in a large palace in Altrop, Diana was a kindergarten teacher who managed to win the heart of the future King of England, Prince Charles. Shy gaze, charming face, good taste in clothing, and active in social activities, Prince Diana managed to arouse the love of many people. Even though she could not embrace the husband who cheated almost throughout their marriage. Diana divorced Charles in 1992. 5 years later, she met a tragic fate. The black Mercedes she was riding on crashed into the walls of the Pont de la Tunnel, Paris, France on August 19, 1997. Now we have a big question. Is Diana's death reasonable or planned? The answer to that question remains a mystery until now. Conspiracy theories related to the Princess Diana's death are still sustainable. Here are some theories and some conspiracies that we read from several articles.
Hi everyone, I'm Hamida. Today, I want to report about conspiracy theories surrounding Princess Diana's death after I have read some articles related to this topic. Before we go to the next explanation, I want to present you 4 points related to this topic. The first one is Princess Diana divorced from Prince Charles. The second one is relationship between Dodi Al-Fayed. The third one is Diana died in car crash in Paris. And the last is about some issues related to these conspiracy theories. After 4 years of separation, Prince Charles and his wife, Princess Diana, formally divorced. On 29 of July 1981, Prince Charles married to Lady Diana, and the couple's romance was for a moment the envy of the world. Their first child, Prince William, was born in 1982, and their second, Prince Harry, was born in 1984. The fairy tale couple grew apart, but unfortunately, it wasn't a long-lasting relationship. Diana's separation from Prince Charles was announced in December 1992. Their divorce was finalized in August 1996. After her divorce from Prince Charles was finalized, Diana has relationship with Egyptian filmmaker Dodi Al-Fayed. The couple's relationship quickly became the subject of tabloid fodder, and they were harassed by paparazzi wherever they went. On the evening of August 31, 1997, Diana and Al-Fayed were dining privately in the Imperial Suite at Paris' famous Ritz Hotel. But unfortunately, the car crash took place after Diana and her boyfriend Dodi Al-Fayed had left the Ritz Hotel. There were 4 people traveling in Mercedes. Driver Henry Paul, who was the acting head of security of the Ritz Hotel, and the bodyguards Trevor Rhys-Jones, the front passengers, and Diana and Al-Fayed in the backseat. Diana was taken to the hospital, but several hours she died as a result of injuries she sustained in the crash, including a severe pulmonary vein. After that, the tragedy of Princess Diana's death struck the world, so people hard to believe that someone as special as her could have been killed in something as random as a car crash accident. But many considered the death of Princess Diana not merely a tragic accident. These suspicions and speculations eventually led to a variety of conspiracy theories to the death of Princess Diana. There are some issues related to the conspiracy theory around the death and the accident of Princess Diana. The popular conspiracy theory about her death having been the result of the murder plot created by England's royal family against her. One major proponent of this conspiracy theory of Diana's plot murder was Dodi's father, Muhammad Al-Fayed. Dodi's father repeatedly alleged that the accident in Paris, which claimed the life of Diana and Dodi, was not an accident. He claimed that Princess Diana and Dodi was killed by M16, the instruction of the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip. He also alleged that Princess Diana was pregnant and engaged with his son. After the death of Princess Diana in 1997, conspiracy theories surrounding her death have persisted for the years. Okay, now we're going to discuss one of the articles that I have read about the conspiracy theories during Diana's death, and here is the article. This article, which is a trustworthy online news platform, mentioned the general information in which the theories that believed by most of people during Diana's death. The general belief of this conspiracy theory is that the royal family was ashamed of the public conversation about the unhappy marriage and divorce of Diana and Charles, and therefore took action to conspire against the princess and ultimately murder her. Also, in this article stated that Dodi's father became one major proponent of this conspiracy theory. He claimed that Dodi and Diana were in fact pregnant and planning to get married, but the royal family very much disapproved of their relationship. And the reason is because they refused to let the princess marry a man of Islamic faith. Wood Douglas Sutton, 2012. I think in this article, the writer seems neutral to all of these conspiracy theories surrounding Princess Diana's death. The writer doesn't seem biased the readers, and she wants to show some people still believe that the royal family conspired to kill Diana. The writer concludes that the main reasons why some people still believe that the royal family conspired to kill Diana was so that they are having a difficult time to making sense of. People who believe in it come up with the reasons as to why the royal family would do something like this in the first place. Finally, with the help of confirmation bias, people are able to evaluate certain information and ignore other bits of information about Diana's death. And the information about whether or not Diana's death was truly an accident or the result of murder plot can be found all across the internet and even international judicial system. Okay, that was one of the articles related to the conspiracy theory about Diana's death. So, there are many conspiracy theories that surround the death of Princess Diana since there is no real way to decide what ones are true or not. When it comes to the death of Princess Diana, I can't decide how set I am on believing in one of these theories or just the idea that it was an accident. But after I read some articles related to this theory, my friends and I believe that the Paris car crash in 1997 that caused Princess Diana's death was not an accident. Okay, that's all I can say. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Hesfika, and today I will explain you about Lady Diana conspiracy theory. But first of all, let me tell you about my understanding about this tragedy. According to an article I have read, the accident was caused by the car carrying Diana with her boyfriend and bodyguard being chased by a group of paparazzi who tried to take pictures with them. Then the driver drove the car at a very high speed until finally crashed into a tunnel wall. But there are so many conspiracy theories about it. And now I will tell you several articles related to this theory. Okay, the first article is Princess Diana later claims Prince Charles was planning an accident in her car just 10 months before fatal crash. The article tells about a letter which is suspected made by Diana just 10 months before she died, which contained a statement that Prince Charles had planned an assassination on her by accident. The letter was kept by Mr. Burrell, the Diana's confidant, until 2003. When he revealed its existence of the note on his book, A Real Duty, in which he claimed the princess had handed it to him as an insurance policy. He wrote that she told him she was going to get it and he should keep it, just in case. However, one of Diana's close friends, Lucia Fletcher Dalima, denied the statement and said that it was Paul Burrell who fabricated the letter. Okay, in my opinion, the author wants to entertain and also inform the readers about a letter which is suspected made by Diana that claimed Prince Charles was create a plan about Diana's accident. In this article, the author used an informative word so that the readers can understand the contents easily, and his word choice is only to make his writing to be an informative article. The author doesn't have a bias because he only explains statements based on certain parties and seems neutral since he doesn't give his own opinion about this topic. I think this article is trustworthy since the writer gives statement between two parties, even more than that. The website also published on the popular website. There are some pictures that support the article too. And now we move to the second article. Princess Diana's driver was drunk when she died in 1997. According to this article, the man who was driving Princess Diana's car and his lover was a former French military pilot who was too drunk. He also allegedly mocked the photographers who allegedly followed their car. He also doesn't have a driver's license but has been trained to drive a highly armored Mercedes in anti-terrorist maneuvers. Prosecutors said a blood test showed he had the equivalent of 10 glasses of wine or 9 heavy whiskey shots in his system, and they said that when the investigators forcibly opened a Mercedes completely after Saturday's accident and saw a crumpled dashboard, they found a speedometer was frozen at 196 km per hour or 121 mph. Paul died instantly in a high-speed accident along with Diana's boyfriend, Dodi Al-Fayed. The other purpose in this article is to give information about Diana's driver who was too drunk before he took Diana, the Diana's boyfriend, and the bodyguard. The author used an informative word since his word choice is only to make his writing to be an informative article. And I think the author have a bias since he tried to influence the readers that the driver really have drunk before he drive by giving them a proofs that showed him had the equivalent of 10 glasses of wine or 9 heavy whiskey shots in him. I think this article is trustworthy because it was published in well-known sites. Okay, the next article. Who was Princess Diana's boyfriend? Princess Diana's boyfriend, or Dodi, is one of controversial figure in United Kingdom. He was the owner of the famous luxury department store Harrods in London, Fulham Football Club, and the Ritz Hotel in Paris. And did you know how Dodi and Diana met? They met when Diana was still married to Prince Charles. This was at the 1986 polo match in Windsor when Charles and Dodi were on opposite teams. If their meeting was more than passing, no one knew that. In the summer of 1997, Mohammed Al-Fayed invited the Princess of Wales and her sons to spend time on his yacht, the Jonical, in the south of France. There, Diana got to know Dodi better. Based on this article, I think the author used informative and attractive words since she seems to try to build a communication with the readers. She wants to inform the readers about who is Dodi and how Dodi and Diana met. I think the author doesn't have bias because she seems very neutral and doesn't give her own opinion. The article also trustworthy because it published at The Independent, one of the most popular websites in United Kingdom. Okay, from this article, I believe that the accident was not a natural accident but has been planned. That's all from me. Thank you.
The next conspiracy theory is Diana was killed to stop engagement to Dodi Al-Fayed. In express.co.uk by John Austin. In this article is told that before the accident, Dodi Fayed later collected the ring from Deposit Jewel in Place Vendôme, Paris on Saturday, 30 August 1997. Dodi Fayed intends to give the ring to the Princess of Wales that night, and they plan to announce their engagement on Monday, September 1997. Mr. Al-Fayed claimed the accident was actually staged by MI6 to stop news of the engagement getting out. Okay, let's talk about this article. I think this article is accompanied by several facts and information that are not yet known by many people. The purpose of the writer is to provide information to the reader regarding other facts or other conspiracies behind the accident that happened to Princess Diana. But this article is less trustworthy because, as it checked in media bias factcheck.com, these media sources are moderately to strongly biased toward conservative causes through story selection and or political affiliation. It is a neutral article provided with some information, but some statement may lead us to believe. For example, when writer give information that Mr. Al-Fayed claimed on August 30 at 10 p.m. he was told by both his son and the princess by telephone that they intend to marry. Next, the writer has bias in discussing the marriage between Lady Diana and Dodi, which will soon be held and makes the reader think in direction of a royal family, which is not acceptable if one of the royal member marries a Muslim. Witness saw white flash in Diana Dead Cross Tunnel. Independent.co.uk by Robert Barr. In this article, Mohammed Al-Fayed has claimed that a blinding flash may have been used by rogue British agents in a murder plot orchestrated by Prince Philip, the husband of Queen Elizabeth II. Both the French and British police ruled out a conspiracy, concluding that Paul was drunk and driving too fast. Okay, my opinion about this article is the author's aim in this article is to direct the reader's mind to believe that there are another role in the accident that happened to the Lady Diana, with a witness who said he saw a white flash from the tunnel. And I think this article is in between untrustworthy and trustworthy because, as it's posted in media bias factcheck.com, this sources is categorized in left-center bias, and these media sources have a slight to moderate liberal bias. They often publish factual information that utilizes loud words. And this article is for the topic because the writer tried to lead readers' mind to believe that there is another side or role behind the car accident. And The writers likely biased because this article does not include sufficient evidence but also direct the reader's opinion that the police also cover up the fact and make the driver as a scapegoat in this accident. I think the choice of word used by the writer is a bit provocative and direct the reader's opinion to believe that what is written in this article. Next, the writer has bias in discussing the marriage between Lady Diana and Dodi, which will soon be held and makes the reader think in direction of a royal family, which is not acceptable if one of the royal member marries a Muslim. Witness saw white flash in Diana that cross tunnel. Independent.co.uk by Robert Barr. In this article, Muhammad Al-Fayed has claimed that a blinding flash may have been used by rogue British agent in a murder plot orchestrated by Prince Philip, the husband of Queen Elizabeth II. But the French and British police ruled out a conspiracy, concluding that Paul was drunk and driving too fast. Okay, my opinion about this article is the author's aim in this article is to direct the reader's mind to believe that there are another role in the accident that happened to the Lady Diana, with a witness who said he saw a white flash from the tunnel. And I think this article is in between untrustworthy and trustworthy because as it's posted in media bias factcheck.com, this sources is categorized in left-center bias, and these media sources have a slight to moderate liberal bias. They often publish factual information that utilizes loud words. And this article is for the topic because the writer tried to lead readers' mind to believe that there is another side or role behind the car accident. And the writers likely biased because this article does not include sufficient evidence but also direct the reader's opinion that the police also cover up the fact and make the driver as a scapegoat in this accident. I think the choice of word used by the writer is a bit provocative and direct the reader's opinion to believe that what is written in this article. Okay, after reading a number of articles that relate to the Diana's death, I came to the conclusion that I will trust a conspiracy that say Lady Diana's death was a planned death or designed by royal family. How about you?